The story opens with a railway station. Numerous rats are scurrying around on the train and in the garbage outside the station. A train is about to depart. Tingus, his father Su, and his younger brother are waiting to board the train. Meanwhile, some soldiers are waiting on the platform with bombs. Just then, a train arrives from the opposite direction. The railway staff are perplexed as to how the train arrived at this time without any information, and they attempt to stop it. Seeing this, Su Ting and his younger brother board the train and take their seats. Su Ting looks out the window at the other train. A railway officer opens a compartment. Suddenly, the hands of dead bodies emerge from within. Su is terrified by this. Looking out the other window, he sees officers struggling to open another compartment of the train. As soon as they do, a swarm of rats, along with their numerous bodies, pours out like a waterfall. Su Ting is shocked. It then shows a thug-like man on the train getting into a fight with Su because he was looking out the window. King arrives and says, "Leave my father alone, he's sick and we're going to the city to get him treated." Ignoring him, the thug treats him badly too. Just then, a man named Sen grabs the thug's hand, and seeing this, the members of the thug's group, frightened, stop him and try to make peace. After some time, Su gets up and walks towards a compartment. One compartment from the last compartment of the train. There are many wealthy people and railway officers sitting there. Su walks over and sees his eldest daughter Ling having dinner with her lover Jiang. Su angrily says, "I work in the health department to serve the people, and that's why I sent you to study medicine, but you left us and ran away with this woman." Saying this, he angrily attacks Ling. Some officers think he's hitting someone for no reason and drag him to the last compartment. At this moment, everyone in Ting's compartment is asleep. Just then, his brother hears some strange noises from above their compartment. He moves toward the sound. As he moves forward, he sees something moving inside a bag at the end of the compartment. He goes over and opens the bag to see what's inside. Suddenly, a cat escapes from the bag and runs away. At that very moment, the officers take Su to the last compartment and tie him hand and foot to the train. Then a strange scream is heard, and injuries are seen on his body. The officers approach the man and he falls down. Numerous rats attack him. Seeing the officers, the rats let go of the man and attack them directly. They keep biting them. When they try to chase the rats away, the key slips from their hands and falls near Su's feet. Su quickly tries to get the key and open the lock. However, the rats bite two officers, leaving them in a state of disrepair. Meanwhile, clouds repeatedly obscure the sun, causing darkness. Seeing this, the passengers on the train begin to enjoy their journey. Then strange noises begin to come from the rich man's compartment. Hearing this, a woman tells her husband, "Maybe it's rats, and I'm very scared. Do something to scare them away." The man then takes a stick and heads toward the sound. As soon as he hears the sound inside the light, he hits the light with the stick. Suddenly, a hole opens up, and a swarm of millions of rats falls on the man like a waterfall. Seeing this, the others start running out of their compartment in fear. Jiang Ling grabs her hand and pulls her out, but Ling says, "My father is in the last compartment. I have to save him." But Jiang stops her and pulls her out. Everyone moves forward, crossing compartments one by one. Some compartments have people sleeping. Seeing them, they wonder why they're running. When Ting's compartment is passed, Ting sees Ling and calls out, but Jiang doesn't let him speak and pulls her forward. Meanwhile, Su unlocks the compartment with his hand and comes out and sees a lot of rats scurrying around in the rich people's compartment. Surprised, he manages to climb onto a seat and then closes the compartment door from the outside. Then he goes to his compartment and checks on his children. Ting says, "I saw Ling, but she was running away quickly without saying anything." So Su says, "This is it. People are running away from some rats, and there are many rats chasing us. Let's get out of here too." But their people laugh and say, "Does anyone run away because of fear of rats?" Still, convinced by the army and Ting's ideas, some people go along with them. Shortly after, millions of rats suddenly fall into the compartment, attacking and devastating the people inside. As all the rich people flee to the second compartment, Jiang's father closes the door. Ling begins crying and says, "My family is still trapped there. Please open the door." But they say, "If we go to rescue them, we will die ourselves." They then ask Jiang to separate her from the third compartment of the train. Hearing Ling's cries, Jiang feels very bad. But now, there is no other way out, so he goes to separate the compartment. At the moment when the announcement is made to detach the carriage, the compartment's roof lid opens, and he climbs out onto the train. Ting and his brother then reach the top. Suo then notices that they must break open the doors of each compartment to get inside. He quickly climbs up and after a great deal of effort, reaches the top. There, he helps another man climb up, but before they can climb, a large number of rats break through the compartment door and attack the man, biting him. From there, all the rats fall down, dying from the sunlight. Everyone moves forward, jumping from compartment to compartment one by one until they reach the third compartment. Then Jiang and Ting jump into the second compartment. Su is about to jump there with his young son. But without knowing anything about all this, Jiang immediately detaches the third compartment from the train. The train then begins to move slowly, and the rats falling beneath it cause the compartment to shake. The distance between the two compartments begins to increase. With no time to think quickly, Su jumps up and Sen and Ting grab his hand. Just then, the detached compartment falls. The train continues on its route. Ling is crying for her family. Just then, Su arrives. Seeing this, Ling regains her courage. Seeing the tears in Ling's eyes, Su's anger subsides. Just then, a man in that compartment falls unconscious. Ling, a medical student, examines him and discovers that he has been infected with a different type of virus due to rat bites. She says, "We have to quarantine him immediately, otherwise it could spread to everyone, just like the virus." Everyone checks their bodies and discovers that half of them have been infected by the virus through rat bites, and Ting's younger brother is one of them. Su becomes stressed. This virus is very dangerous, and a vaccine is necessary within an hour to prevent it. Ling immediately reveals the name of the medicine. Su says, "Because I work in the health department, I know where to find it, and luckily, it's available in a village hospital at the next station." Hearing this, Ling says, "All the infected people are fainting, so we have to stop the train in that village, go to the hospital, and get the medicine." But the officer says that the train won't stop anywhere and will continue on. This sparks an argument between the infected and uninfected people. Ling says that if this vaccine isn't given, everyone will become infected. Eventually they agree, and the infected are separated and sent to another compartment. Jiang is taking Ling to the compartment for the uninfected, but being a medical student, he refuses to leave the people there alone, and thinking of saving himself, begins to hate Jiang. He says, "I'll stay here." Shortly, the train arrives at the village. Now the question arises, who will go get the medicine? Sushan and two other people with him agree to get the medicine. They say, "We'll go get the medicine, and it must be done within 2 hours. If we don't return within 2 hours, everyone should leave." After which, everyone leaves. Now Ting wants to leave his younger brother with Ling and go with them, but Su stops him. Ting says, "I'll go with you," and then he insists. Finally, he somehow convinces Su to take him along. They head towards a desolate and empty village, where there's not a single person in sight and the sun is shining brightly. 3 people are found hanging dead in a room. They are stunned by this. As they continue, they see thousands of dead bodies on a path. Su is terrified, but there's no other way, so they have to move through the bodies. They step over the bodies and blood. As they move forward, they see a swarm of millions of rats making their way ahead. At the end of the path, they see the hospital. Rats can't come into the bright sunlight, so they stay in a shady place. Seeing this, people grab a pie and start walking through the sunlight. Then suddenly the clouds begin to move. People get scared. As they had thought, after the sun sets, all the rats start attacking them from above. They move very fast. But then a man falls from a pipe and lands among the rats, becoming their prey. Then a loud banging sound is heard on the train door. This frightens everyone again, thinking that the rats have arrived. A man slowly approaches the door and opens it. Then suddenly an animal comes inside the train. It is the same rat that escaped from the village. He says that the rats in the village are infected with a different kind of virus and are biting people very badly. Everyone in this village is dead except me. Hearing this, Jiang's father says that the people who went to get medicine are probably dead. If we wait for them, the lives of the uninfected people will also be in danger. That's why we should break away from the second compartment and escape. An angry man says, "Those people went to get medicine for the people without caring for their own lives. 2 hours have already passed. We must wait for them." Saying this, he points a gun at Jiang's father and ties him to a seat. The rats don't come out in the sunlight here, and it's dark during the day. But as soon as people are seen, they attack very quickly. While explaining all this, people move forward holding pipes. Then suddenly darkness falls. People get scared at the sight of the rats. A swarm of rats starts climbing the walls. People quickly get down before their attack begins. While trying to climb down, Cheyenne seriously injures his leg. Then somehow they get inside the hospital and lock the door. Cheyenne detonates a bomb outside the hospital, killing many within a short distance. They then go inside and find it completely dark. Everyone lights the gas lights and moves on. Just then, a man suddenly comes and attacks them. They tell him, "We've come from the railway station. Some people on the train have been infected with a virus from rat bites, and we've come to get medicine for them." The man, surprised, asks, "A medicine has been developed for this virus?" They say, "Yes, there is medicine, and we've come here to get it." The man says, "I know where all the medicines are kept because I'm the manager of this warehouse." Saying this, he leads them to the medicine storage area. Before leaving, the man with his infected wife tells his son, "There's medicine to treat this, and I'm here to get it. Until then, you two sit in this light, because the rats don't come into the light." He then takes them underground. Ting is terrified by the sight of numerous skeletons lying there. The manager tells them that this was once a prison, but the rats caused the situation. They proceed forward, standing on the skeletons and stepping on their blood. There are so many rats there that Sen creates a fire by lighting a cloth. Then everyone walks leisurely in the light, searching for the medicine. A huge house appears, and everyone is astonished. This is the rats' home from where they've been spreading the virus everywhere. Right now, the rats are sleeping, and if they wake up, they won't leave us alive. He says the medicine is kept on the first floor, and you'll have to use this staircase to get there. Now, because of the low sunlight, many rats come near the train and try to get inside. Jiang's father then says, "It's not safe to stay here anymore, and I don't think they'll come back, so we'd better leave now." Hearing this, one of the men there becomes angry, and an argument ensues. Seeing this, a woman opens the compartment door and jumps out. As soon as the door opens, all the rats from outside enter the train and start biting the uninfected people. Everyone tries to escape by jumping out of the train, but the rats don't let them go. Jiang and his father also fall prey to the rats. Meanwhile, Sen was going to get medicine, but his leg injury and his presence could awaken the rats. So Su takes a lamp and goes to get the medicine. He climbs up easily and finds the medicine. He also puts some vegetables in a box. His lamp was slowly descending, and he begins to descend faster. But while descending, he slips and the box falls from the top. The others catch hold of the box. Suddenly, Su falls down and all the rats wake up and rush to attack him. Su starts running as fast as he can, but the manager closes the door from inside. He says, "I need this medicine because I have to save my wife and child. I don't have the time or money to buy it from outside. Please forgive me." Then he takes the medicine and leaves. Now millions of rats are out of the house. They emerge. Seeing this, the people are shocked and tense. They break down the door and rush outside. As they emerge, they see the manager who had brought the medicine sitting motionless somewhere, holding his child in his hand. It dawns on them that instead of taking the medicine out, he let the rats do their work. He doesn't take his dead child out, and the people snatch the medicine box from his hand and run out of the hospital. But the rats also come out and start chasing them. They come out and see a vehicle. Everyone climbs in and Ting tries to start it, but the vehicle won't start and the rats are getting closer. Then several trackers start it from above. As soon as the rats get too close, the vehicle starts moving. The rats chase them, but after a short distance, they are unable to move forward due to the sunlight and stop the chase. As people approach the train, they find many people dead from rat bites. Su thinks everyone is dead and begins to cry. Just then, Ling opens the door, and Su finds solace in her sight. Ling laughs and hands Ling the medicine box to him, but suddenly Jiang's father snatches it and runs away. Su fights with them. Meanwhile, clouds begin to gather in the sky. Everyone runs inside the train. The train starts. Sen fights and throws the medicine box to Su. Su manages to jump onto the train with it. Jiang's father had brought a medicine in his hand, but before leaving, he laughs hysterically at the sight of the dead Jiang. Meanwhile, several rats attack and bite Jiang and his father. Shan hasn't boarded the train yet. People call for him, but because of his leg injury and the fight with Jiang's father, he realizes he can no longer run to catch the train. He smiles and says goodbye. Then rats climb on top of him and kill him. The people on the train are also saddened by this. Ting and Su break down in tears. Su then gives Ling the medicine, and all the infected people are injected with the medicine. Su injects his younger son with the medicine. Then suddenly the train stops. Everyone wonders why the train stopped. When they go to check, they discover that a carriage from another train has overturned on the tracks. Su tells the people on the train to help move it, but no one comes to help. Ting himself goes and tries to move the carriage. Ling, seeing this, tells the people, "They risked their lives to bring the medicine for you. They are still trying to save you. He won't be able to move the carriage alone. The rats will come back in a short while." After this, everyone gets out and begins to move the carriage. As soon as the clouds gather, rats are seen approaching from a distance. Just then, a thug straps a bomb placed on the train to his body and detonates it as soon as the rats approach. This kills a large number of rats. But after some time, another group of rats starts coming from a distance. Everyone somehow moves the carriage and runs to board the train. But the train's track has shifted to the other side. Tu immediately gets off the train and sets the track back in its correct position. But the track keeps returning to its original position. Finally, having no other option, he fixes it in its correct position and allows the train to proceed. As soon as the train starts moving on the track, he tries to catch it by running, but now he can't. People consider stopping the train and taking him in, but Su says, "Don't stop the train. Get out of here." And in the meantime, he dies, preyed upon by rats. Seeing Su's sacrifice, the people on the train become emotional. Ting and Ling break down in tears, and the story ends there.